Hey, good morning. We're working on a 1995 Chevy Camaro. Came in towed. Uh, Crank, no start. Fuel pump was bad. Testing our power and grounds to our gray and our black wire coming to our fuel pump, and we didn't have any. Show you that real quick. I've gotten started on it. I thought I was shooting video earlier and the camera wasn't working. So this plug, black and a gray on that end. Ground 12 volts when you cycle the key or while you're cranking it. That's what you should have. I took both tires off the rear. You're going to need to do that. You're going to need to lower this exhaust system right here and do that. You're going to have to take the shock off of this side over here and drop this rear diff down. And then we got some brackets and things across there to take off. So I'm going to start in on at least that shock right here now. That's where we're at. On the top over there is the neck, solid metal. You're going to have to take that little cover off, some plastic screws around it, take your fill cap off. Let's take the shock off right here. And that sucker's not going to be strong enough to let us do that. I don't got all my tools hanging here. I'm going to take the car up a little higher. And trying to do this before everybody rushes in here. The mad rush comes in. And let's get some pressure up on that diff now. With a little under the car, little jack hoist here. And we should be able to lower this diff on this side. I thought about doing both sides, but not gonna. And just lower it back down. Then from there, you do have this bracket going across here. You're gonna have to take out. Let's see what sizes those are. I didn't pre-prep myself on tool sizes before we started this one. Here and there, looks like it's gonna be a 19 on this side and an 18 on the other, from what I can tell. All right. This bolt's been replaced, so yours may not be that size. Just a bracket coming across here. And I'll loosen it on the other side over there. As you can see, my exhaust is hanging. I think I'll be able to just roll that thing down and I don't have to pull it all the way out. Not that I'm 100% sure about that. Well, that's spinning and I don't have a big wrench over here, but I think I can bring it down. It should be loose enough. You get to see this one in the raw here, trying to figure as I go. Now another bracket across here we're going to take off. Let's see what those sizes are. Grab that 19 and 18 again and see if that's going to work for this one. The backside is much, much, much bigger. but I was able to spin it just from the front, take that nut off of that bracket and get that out of there. I don't know how our focus is on this thing. It looks pretty crappy. I'm lurking right in this area. Let's see if I got a picture of that. Looks like I do. All right. Yeah, these bolts here is what I was working on. Probably going to pull the spring out. Yes, I pulled that spring out of this side right here. We got to get this bracket down. We've got some tin shields here to take out coming across this thing. Let's kind of back out here and get some better picture of this thing. Yeah, some tin shields coming here. This one's got Phillips screw sheet metal screws in it right here. So I want to take these tins out of the way, and then probably going to work on getting that that cross member out, and then we'll work on getting the exhaust system out of our way next. Normally there's a sheet metal screw there that's missing. Sheet metal screw over here of 5/16, I think. We'll want to make sure that these shields are back and that everything's tight when you're done. All right, we got one more on this side, and that's a screw. Over here. Through experience, and many of you guys know these tin shields can cut you. Cut you like a knife, fillet you wide open. Got that one out. Yeah, now this bracket coming across, we're going to pull that down. Try not to blind you with that one light. Let's try a better camera angle. See if we can get that stupid light thing out of there. Okay, well this bracket coming across, there's some 15s, I believe is what it was on that. Now this vehicle did set, first time I had it in, it set for about 8 months according to them. Could have been longer. Our exhaust is kind of coming with us here a little bit. Being careful, lowering that down. Now, could you swing that out and leave it like that? You possibly could. I don't want it sitting there, so we'll pull that bolt out of that side. Let's see if I can work my exhaust out of there. If I can, without banging into the camera and all that kind of stuff. One bracket right there. Get that separated. At least you think I could. Oh, it's been tack welded in there. Okay, well, as used to say, that makes the cheese more binding. Oh, that sucks. Well, let's see if I can take the whole bracket out. I don't know who did that, but that's okay. That should be 13s. I have to get a swivel on the other side to get that one out. I think you can always come across a snag somewhere. Let's see if I got a 13 swivel here. I'll be able to get to that with this and get that out of there. This side back here. They didn't make that easy. And do the old-fashioned way here. We're just going to have to get a wrench up in there. 13 mil ratchet wrench and take that out because there's no room in between that and that bracket. I don't get to do anything easy on this little bracket. I don't know why we would have tack welded the bracket on there. Let's see if I can get a 1/4 inch swivel, long extension 1/4 inch ratchet on that mill swivel. Let's see if this will help me so I'm not fighting it so much. Maybe. Don't really want this thing to fall on my head, but she might. Everybody get ready. Tight all the way. Okay. We'll try something else because that's still not working out to my satisfaction. I think I can swing it to the side here. Success. All right. Now let's see if that will kind of twist, come out of our way. Possibly. If not, we can move her way to the side, which it looks like that's most likely what's going to happen. All right. Yeah, you'd have to pull that sway bar down if you wanted to get that exhaust completely out of your way. Possibly just pull that thing to the side. Just move it out that way. So we've got some more access here. Exhaust is teetering around. Man, I just love to remove that thing. In the same token, I really don't want to pull the sway bar out and make it all that much more work. Shame I can't twist the pipe and move it out, and I'm not going to disconnect it from the exhaust here at the muffler. All right, we're just going to let it stay there. Okay, we are going to be pulling some more tin shields, I do believe. This one right here. We got some Phillips screws in that one too, that we'll be removing to get that one out. Like I say, yours may not have Phillips screws. Usually they're like a 7 mil, something like that. So now we've got that out. We've got a couple straps here that are going to come out. And I think this thing's got a lot of gas in it. Gonna see how heavy it is. At least check the weight of it before we start pulling everything out. And if it's light enough, then we'll just manhandle it, take it down. Not sure this jack will go high enough either. Gonna have a couple fuel lines over there. Excuse me. Disconnect your fuel filter line. Pull that line out of the way. You're gonna have a return line coming through here. Quick disconnect on that. Okay. Let's see if there's any other lines. I think that'll get it. Little rubber line right there. And up there too on both those straps, it looks like those are going to be 15 mils. On the back side of the tank. All right. Little more thoughts. Thinking out loud as I work. Yeah, I knew that wouldn't go up high enough. I'm gonna take one strap off and see how heavy we are. And I may have to lower our car down and do that that way. These suckers just are not strong enough. All right, one 15mm strap bolt. And loosen the other one up a little bit. See how it feels. Yep, she's got some weight on her. How much? Oh, not too bad. Yeah, you might want to help her when you do this part. Hopefully you don't have any gas in it. They're a little hard to siphon gas out of these with the baffles in them. I was able to get a little bit of it, but not as much as I'd like. So we've lowered our gas tank to there. We're still a little bit closer. I'm just going to move that forward over there. Wonder if I can swivel this pipe up and attach it over that way so that I'm not got that thing swinging around in my face just to get it more out of my way. We'll see how that works. Okay, got both the strap, well, one strap down. I've got my trans jack just sitting in here just as a safety. You don't see that on my video. I've got it leaned down. Exhaust is strapped off to the sides with the muffler hanging out of this side. Let's get you a picture of that. Right there, strapped down, trans jack. That's our tank you're looking at right there. And she's real heavy with fuel. So right on top of the tank here, let's see if we can do that. You got my light, you can see it shining in your eyes. And there's a bunch of 7 or 8 mils holding that pump in. I'm gonna take it out right there. I'm gonna siphon the gas out of where that port comes out of that. In my theory of my head. Let me keep these little nuts in my safety place over there. Now, if there's a lot of gas in it, you can do this. You're going to spill it everywhere. If there's not, and there isn't, you're not going to. So I'm going to stop right now, siphon fuel out, and we'll return with the next move. All right, I'm back. The gas tank is now drained. I move this over. That's how much gas I got out of it in that container. Just wanted to show you that. Now, let's see if we can wiggle this tank out of here. Is a tight fit. Oh, you think it'd wiggle past that neck by now? Okay. There's our gas tank. Let's get this fuel line unhooked. Get her down on the bench or something. All right, so there's our sending unit, our fuel pump. Let's work this thing up out of here. There's one hose right here. So that, let's see here. Disconnect this fuel hose right here and pull it down in the tank. Keep it from catching us. Moving down inside there. Okay, we are out of there. Okay, I went ahead and put the fuel lines on, wiring, top cover, little gaskets that are pumped down inside here. These 8 mils going to tighten up. This is what I did when this stuff you couldn't see. Should be enough gas in there. It's not completely empty. I'm going to take a power probe or something there similar to that. And I want to make sure, even though this is a new pump, because this is a lot of work, this pump is pumping. And if it is, we'll probably go ahead and empty the rest of the gas out of the vehicle into that container over there for an external battery right now. All right, let's confirm that this sucker is going to pump, connect up here. Oh, I need some jumper wires. All right, so we got our black lead is a small one. Power lead is a bigger one. Gray. Staying connected in there. Get us a ground. We'll know we're grounded when we hear that. And now we just check it for pumping. Interesting enough, it isn't pumping. So let's do something else here for just a minute because just take a look. Okay, so the fuel pump is working. It is wired right. I took it out, put it in a container of gas to make sure. Just was not enough fuel in this tank. So we have to install this tank, pick it up and stick it in there. Let's see how this goes. This is always interesting. Back up the camera. Try to get you a view. All right. I hope I can do this by myself. If not, I'm going to get a helping hand. So there's hardly any fuel in it, but I wasn't about to put that thing in there and not know that that pump was working. So let's see here. And make sure we get all of our wires in the right spots. Get the neck up in there. And once we get that thing kind of shoved in, we'll be good. But that's the hard part, is getting it in there. I'm just trying to look up through where the neck goes. As you got some hoses too. There we go. Now I'm going to balance it on the neck right there. And then since I've got that, I am going to take in under the hoist little pod here. I want to go get my good one and lift that tank up. And once we get it in place, we get it plugged in. Get some things put back together. This will be nice. So let's see here. Now I do not know how high this thing will lift. Got to kind of get it up there first before I maybe spin it to the center, because this thing will spin on you, and I'm not even sure to go high enough. I sure hope so. It's got to keep the pressure on it. All right, long way to go. May have to lower the car. It looks pretty good. I just want to check my wires now, my hoses, and all of those things. And that looks good. Hardest part now is hoping I can kind of wedge it in there, that it will stay. That worked pretty good. I like that. Now let's look at our hoses and our wiring back here in the back. And you know, a light would be nice, wouldn't it? Let's do that. Okay, so the under the hoist jack, we've got the tank lifted up. Fuel pump plugs in here. Hose connections back to our fuel filter is all connected. So all that's in place. Next thing is getting the strap put in, heat shields and all those kind of things. These straps can be a pain. They can be. We're going to hope that they're not. Let's move our light to this back side so that I can see. And if these straps go right in, I'll be monkey's uncle. Is that the word? Went right in. Now for this side, what happens over here? Okay, that worked out really, really well. So both the straps are bolted in. Still got the exhaust hanging down there. Let's remove this right here. And put it off to the side. And we got all these things to put in, the exhaust and all that stuff to put up. But I think what I'm going to do, even though the exhaust is disconnected and all that kind of thing, I'm going to lower it, put some more fuel in it. And that's just the vent for the tank. I want to put that up there. But I'm going to lower it, put some gas in it, and start it before I bolt everything back together. Just more precaution. Don't know where I left off, but I wanted to show you these plugs for our our fuel pump and all the connections over there are your hoses and things. We've got to put this exhaust up, a tie strap on the front. I got a bottle jack sitting here, and that's the next thing I think where I'm at. We got all the gas pumped up back into it that we took out. So we still got to put the spring up and a few things. I'm just trying to twist this exhaust around. There we go. I'm going to find the bolts that hold it in the front, get those started. That way this exhaust will kind of stay in place. Catalytic converter flange there. Now we'll come back to our exhaust on the rear. Maybe you could see that. Anyway, let's take this thing up. I got some various tin shields to put in place. Just sit here, think about this. Let's put this one tin shield in place before we get that exhaust all the way up there. Think it'd be easier. Love that sound. Oh yeah. Screeching metal. Yeah, I'll definitely get this in there. Finding all the little Phillips screws that were in it. Things that we need to do. All right, let's see here. Whoa. There's a screw up there that just kind of not doing anything. Well. Let's say I needed a 90-degree angle screwdriver. Got it out. All right, let's see. That's a small one. I don't like that. Go grab some other screws and things that I have. Got some screws here to get started then. And, exhaust. I should have just left that thing down. It's one of those afterthoughts. That one started right there. At least we get that one in place, and the back one's let's see if I should do that one now. I don't think I should. Eh. Let's see how that back one looks too. We might be able to do it now. Slides in a little notch. Yeah, we want to do that one later because it attaches to that one cross frame. So, putting that back off to the side. Let's thought I heard the phone. All right, let's lift this exhaust back up. A lot of distractions today. Been a late night day. Started on this thing this morning, and I've been into everything else but this car, trying to get done. Little cross bracket there. Drunk man. Now on the other side, there's a bracket. We had 2 screws, and we had to use a little short ratcheting and stuff like that on it. But anyway, let's get this up there. Right, I'm going to leave it right there, actually. We're going to grab a bracket. Let's just get all these things started. This piece is going to go straight up here. Right in there. $15mm bolts in that support bracket. Okay, so that we got those in there. That was these right there. There's 3. Can you see them? Right there. That bracket's in. I'm going to move the camera to the other side. We got to tighten up the bolt going through right here. Another bracket across the bottom. That's a shouldered bolt. That shouldered bolt is not going in that hole. I guess it was. That's what happens when you stay off of something that long. You start forgetting where everything goes. Where is it? Yeah, it's an 18. Here we go. That much of it. Here we are. That back one, I think I used a big ratchet and a socket on it. Yeah, 21. Keep it up, might get this thing done. This exhaust up the rest of the way. .13 short ratcheting wrench should work on that. Piece just slides out of there, but like I said, they spot welded it in right there. So that didn't happen for us. Get our bottle jack come out of here now. Adjust the camera. We're going to put a spring in. We're going to put a shock in. I will need the bottle jack back to put that spring in. At least lift the rear diff up, back up. Okay, let's get our spring in the spring seat. There we go. Here, try to put it up this way. Get my light and just double check that seat. It's in the right spot. These are tight, spring is in. See that? Now, let us go after the shield. One more on this side. Now, right there, you're going to put a shock in. Lifting up the rear diff with the bottle jack. Get our bolt for that one. $21. Now we take our bottle jack back out. Get it out of the way once and for all. We've got to go up front. Do some work right there. It's a cross member bracket. This thing right here. Of course, it's tighten our exhaust right here first. Yeah, I'll be getting tired about now. Our tie strap out of here, or not a tie strap, but now we can go after that big piece of metal. $13 mils. One missing. See if we can dig one up for that. Car's on the ground, tires are on. There's this center piece right here. You got to straighten that out to get this back over your piece right there. I got to get my screws for that, or gas cap for there. I just saw that gas cap. Gas cap. Tighten this up. Let's hit the key. So there you have it then. We got a running 1995 Chevrolet Camaro. I think this is a 3.4 liter V6 in there, convertible. Purple car. And appreciate you watching. Thank you for all your comments. Please comment and I will reply. Good, bad, or different doesn't make any difference to me. Be nice. I always will be. Stay tuned. More videos to come.